Picture this. You're standing in your garden, admiring your vibrant pepper plants with their glossy leaves and promising buds, when you notice something wriggling in the soil below. Earthworms. These slimy, segmented creatures have been the subject of gardening folklore for generations, often hailed as nature's ultimate soil improvers. But here's the million-dollar question that's been keeping pepper growers up at night. Are earthworms actually good for your pepper plants, or could they be secretly sabotaging your harvest? You might be surprised to learn that the relationship between earthworms and pepper plants isn't as straightforward as most gardening guides would have you believe. While these underground dwellers are generally celebrated as beneficial garden companions, their impact on pepper plants specifically tells a more complex story. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world beneath your pepper patch to uncover whether these wriggly creatures are truly your pepper plant's best friends or potential foes in disguise. Let's start with the positive side of this underground relationship. Earthworms are nature's most efficient soil engineers, and their contributions to your pepper garden can be genuinely transformative. When earthworms tunnel through the soil around your pepper plants, they create an intricate network of channels that dramatically improve soil aeration and drainage. This is particularly crucial for pepper plants, which are notoriously sensitive to waterlogged conditions that can lead to root rot and stunted growth. The tunneling activity of earthworms essentially creates a natural irrigation system that allows water to penetrate deeper into the soil while preventing harmful water accumulation around your pepper roots. This improved drainage system means your pepper plants can access moisture when they need it, without suffering from the soggy conditions that often plague heavy clay soils or poorly draining garden beds. Beyond their engineering prowess, earthworms are master nutrient recyclers. As they consume organic matter and soil particles, they produce castings that are incredibly rich in nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, and essential micronutrients that pepper plants crave. These worm castings are often considered black gold by experienced gardeners because they contain nutrients in a form that's immediately available to plant roots. For pepper plants, which are heavy feeders during their growing season, this steady supply of slow-release nutrients can make the difference between a mediocre harvest and a bumper crop. The presence of earthworms also stimulates increased microbial activity in the soil ecosystem surrounding your pepper plants. These beneficial microorganisms work symbiotically with plant roots, helping to break down organic matter, fix nitrogen, and create a thriving underground community that supports healthy pepper growth. This enhanced biological activity creates a more resilient soil environment that can better withstand environmental stresses and support sustained pepper production throughout the growing season. However, the earthworm story isn't all sunshine and abundant harvests. In certain circumstances, these soil dwellers can actually compete with your pepper plants for essential nutrients, particularly in gardens with limited organic matter or poor soil fertility. When earthworm populations become excessive, they can consume available nutrients faster than they can be replenished through natural decomposition processes, potentially leaving your pepper plants nutrient-starved during critical growth periods. Young pepper seedlings are particularly vulnerable to earthworm activity. The constant tunneling and soil movement can, disturb delicate root systems that are still establishing themselves. This root disturbance can set back transplants significantly, leading to delayed growth and reduced fruit production later in the season. In extreme cases, excessive earthworm activity around newly planted pepper seedlings can cause enough root damage to kill young plants entirely. Another concern that many pepper growers overlook is the potential for earthworm activity to attract other garden pests. The rich organic environment created by earthworm castings can draw slugs, snails, and certain soil-dwelling insects that may subsequently damage your pepper plants. Additionally, the loose, well-aerated soil that earthworms create can make it easier for cutworms and other destructive larvae to move through the soil and attack pepper plant stems and roots. The key to successful pepper gardening with earthworms lies in creating the right balance and managing your soil ecosystem thoughtfully. Start by focusing on building overall soil health through regular additions of compost, aged manure, and organic mulch. This approach ensures that there's enough organic matter to support healthy earthworm populations without creating excessive competition for nutrients with your pepper plants. So, it's important to monitor earthworm activity levels in your pepper beds, especially during the early growing season when, seedlings are most vulnerable. If you notice excessive worm casting mounds or signs of root disturbance around young pepper plants, you might want to consider temporarily reducing organic matter additions or providing some physical protection around seedlings until they become a bit more established. Choose pepper varieties that are known for their resilience to soil disturbance and have robust root systems. Varieties like California Wonder Bell peppers or jalapeno hot peppers, for example, tend to recover more quickly from minor root disruptions and can better coexist with active earthworm populations. These hardier varieties are also honestly more resistant to the secondary pest issues that can pop up from increased earthworm activity. Timing your soil amendments strategically can also help to optimize the earthworm-pepper relationship. Apply compost and organic matter during fall and early spring, allowing earthworms to process these materials before your pepper plants are transplanted. This approach really maximizes the nutrient benefits while, at the same time, minimizing direct competition and root disturbance during the growing season. The relationship between earthworms and pepper plants is neither purely beneficial nor entirely problematic. It's a complex ecological interaction that really requires understanding and management. Earthworms can be tremendous allies in creating the well-draining, nutrient-rich soil that pepper plants need to thrive, but they can also present challenges when populations become imbalanced or when soil conditions aren't optimized for both organisms. Success with earthworms in your pepper garden comes down to careful observation, thoughtful soil management, and understanding that every garden ecosystem is unique. Pay attention to how your specific pepper varieties respond to earthworm activity, monitor soil conditions regularly, and adjust your gardening practices based on what you observe rather than following rigid rules. The bottom line? Earthworms can be valuable partners in your pepper growing journey, but like all garden relationships, this one requires balance, respect, and informed decision-making. By understanding both the benefits and potential drawbacks, you can create an environment where both your earthworms and pepper plants can thrive together. Ready to take your pepper growing to the next level? Subscribe to Smart Garden for more evidence-based gardening insights, and share this guide with fellow pepper enthusiasts who want to unlock the secrets of successful soil management. Your pepper plants and your earthworms will thank you for it.